All right. Welcome, everyone. This is our third webinar, I think, our second or third webinar for this fall semester. And we'd like to welcome you all, and I will pass it on to Eman to start us off.
Thank you, Pam. Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOPS. Welcome and welcome back webinar. This is a special event for new and returning top community college students to connect with each other, learn about transfer requirements, and get ready for fall 2024. My name is Iman. My pronouns are she, her, and I am Student Outreach Ambassador for Transfer Opportunity Program at UC Davis, and I'm one of your presenters today. I am joined by Amy, who is also an SOA, and Pam, Associate Director of Transfer Opportunity Program. Next, please. So before we get started, I would like to go over some housekeeping items. Please use chat or reactions for engagement. We would like to see you stay engaged throughout the session. Questions should be relevant to the session topic. We will have a Kahoot game at the end of this. Winners from Kahoot will receive prizes as well. Winners should stick around after the webinar so Pam can get your information. So here is an overview of the topics we will be covering today. So we have Transfer Opportunity Program, Transfer 101, preparing for admissions and financial aid, resources, fall 2024 checklist and important dates, and then at last, Kahoot. So please pay close attention at some of this information will be on the Kahoot's game later. So before we get started, we want to know which community college you are all coming from. Drop your community college in the chat. While you are doing that, I'm going to pass it to Pam.
Thank you, Eman. All right, so let's see who we have in the room today. We have Mendocino College, Las Positas College, Sacramento City, American River College, City College of San Francisco, Merritt College, Folsom Lake, San Mateo, Modesto Junior College, Solano, like right here next to me, Sumnes River, Los Medanos Community College, or Los Medanos College, San Joaquin Delta College, Laney, Evergreen Valley, College of Alameda, Gavilan. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for being here. All right. So we'll start off with the Transfer Opportunity Program. So Transfer Opportunity Program, or TOP for short, is an educational preparation program. And our mission is to support and enhance a transfer culture for community college students. Our work complements your community college transfer center and counseling services. It is not meant to substitute their services, but our goal is to guide counselors and students toward a successful transfer process. In your UC TAP account, Programs tab, you can mark TOP as your participating program. And for fall 2025 applicants, please mark UCD Transfer Opportunity Program in your UC application in the Activities and Awards section under Educational Preparation Programs. TOP offers a variety of resources and services to ensure transfer students are supported throughout their transfer journey from community college to UC. You can schedule a one-on-one appointment with your TOP advisor. Please make sure to follow all instructions prior to your appointment. You must have a UC TAP with updated coursework information for your appointment to be as productive as possible. We host several workshops throughout the fall focusing on transfer preparation, UC application, and personal insight questions, or PIQs. We also highlight our colleges as well as major information to help students prepare for the admissions process. Lastly, we collaborate with our colleagues from other undergraduate admission units to provide webinars and special events. Check out our webinars and events page with the following link that I'm gonna try to put in the chat, or if maybe Amy or Iman can put that link in the chat for me, please. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And here's our team. Meet our team for the 2024-2025 academic year. And actually, we're hiring two more staff, two more top advisors. So stay tuned for that. The top team is led by me, followed by our assistant directors, Lisa Overstreet, Fabian Meneses, Kimberly Serrano, and Sheila Zhang. Please make sure to visit ucdavis.edu/top to find out which top team member is at your campus. And maybe Amy can put that link in the chat, ucdavis.edu/top. And here is some screenshots of our top website. You can see the list of participating colleges that we collaborate with. You can click on your primary college that you currently attend to find your top advisor assigned to your college. That person is your point of contact. If your college is not listed here, you can click on the Find My Advisor button at the bottom, and this will allow you to find the UC Davis or top representative who is assigned to your community college. We can't do the work that we do without our top student outreach ambassador or SOA team. Amy and Iman are two of our SOAs. Our team of SOAs are current UC Davis transfer students who transferred from a California community college. Our SOAs are amazing and support the top team with events, workshops, summer programs, and more. Top student outreach ambassadors are paid on-campus positions. So for those of you who are interested in a flexible job that supports students, please reach out to us. If you transfer to UC Davis, you may want to join our SOA team. We are always looking to hire motivated individuals who want to pay it forward. You can also email an SOA with questions you may have about transferring or life as a student at UC Davis with the email provided on this slide. To make things easier, here's a QR code and website link that will take you directly to the UC Davis top website. Feel free to use your phone to open the QR code or screenshot this slide for reference. The top website offers an abundance of resource and information for transfer students. Bookmarking and checking the website out each term will definitely help you to stay up to date with everything that the top team has to offer. You also get a monthly newsletter at the beginning of each month for all things top. All right, now that we've learned a little bit about top, let's move on to Transfer 101 with SOA Amy. Amy, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. So to begin with Transfer 101, did you all know that 91% of UC transfer students come from a California community college? More than half pay no tuition. Over 2/3 of transfer students from California community colleges receive aid that fully or partially offsets the cost of their education. UC's transfer students graduate at high rates. In fact, they succeed at rates equal to or better than students who started as freshmen and go on to do well in the workforce. Within a decade of completing their UC degree, most community college students, transfer students working in California count among the top third of income earners in the state. Next, please. All right, so before we discuss transfer options, let's look at the definition of who a transfer applicant is. A transfer applicant is a student who is enrolled in a regular session at a college or university after high school. Students can apply as a sophomore, junior, or senior. Again, when you meet with your advisor, ask them what standing you will transfer at. So when you're ready to apply for admission, you will know exactly what to put in your application. Depending on your school system, some schools are semester and some are a quarter. Regular sessions from semester schools are fall and spring, while regular sessions for a quarter school are fall, winter, and spring. Summer sessions are considered as special sessions. Okay, now let's look at transfer options. As a transfer student, you have many options, but you need to figure out what your plan is from the start. You need to choose where you want to transfer to and create a plan to make sure that you meet the transfer requirements when you're ready to apply. Okay, so let's look at the 4 options on the screen from left to right. The CSU system has 23 campuses all over California. The UC system also spreads out across California, but only has 10 campuses, and 9 of those 10 campuses offer undergraduate and graduate education, and one, which is UCSF, offers only graduate or professional education. Additionally, there are private universities all over California that you can apply to, such as Stanford University, University of Southern California, University of the Pacific, University of San Francisco, Santa Clara University, and many more. There are also out-of-state schools that you can apply to. For example, students can transfer out of state through the Western Undergraduate Exchange. Lastly, the HBCU system is another option for students to transfer to. Although these schools are considered historically Black colleges and universities, they do accept all ethnicities. HBCUs have 101 campuses across the United States. It can be overwhelming to have so many options. We encourage you reaching out to your counselors and the transfer center at your community college. They can help you navigate through the various options you see here and help you prepare to be eligible for and apply to different universities. Next, please. Okay, so whether or not you already know which schools you want to apply to, we encourage you to do this exercise. Because there are so many transfer options, figuring out which one fits you and your needs requires some assessment. There are many other factors that you may need to consider, but for today, we will be focusing on these 5 fit factors for you on the slide. So the first one, which is academic. Does this institution serve your academic needs as a learner? And the second one is social. Do they have access to the community you identify with? And the third one is environmental. Do you feel comfortable and secure on campus? Do you like the weather here? And for financial, can you afford going here? Do they offer ways to pay for college? And the fifth one is professional. What graduate programs do they offer? Will the classes you take there prepare you for graduate school or prepare you for the career you always wanted? So for this exercise, we challenge you to put the factors in the order of importance. For some students, the financial factor is the most important. For others, maybe academic is the most important. As you learn more about the university you are interested in, you can plug in your answers to each of the categories. This is to help you refine your intentionality. Next, please. As a California community college student, the community college system provides help to facilitate the many programs you see here on this slide. Depending on where you see yourself at, you might want to capitalize on these programs. They are designed to expedite your transfer process. For example, if you are interested in CSU campuses, you can take advantage of educational pathways like the Associate Degree for Transfer, which is also known as ADT, and CSU GE Pattern Certificate. For students who are interested in both CSU and UC campuses, you might want to consider following the iGETC, soon to be changed to CalGETC pattern. Each community college has an iGETC worksheet that spells out what classes to take. You can download that worksheet and plan accordingly. Transfer students have many program options when it comes to UC campuses. For example, UC pathways serve as a roadmap of major courses. 20 majors participate in this program. For UCLA specifically, there is a UCLA Transfer Alliance program, also known as TAP, where students are certified after completing the honors program at their community college and given priority consideration for admission to UCLA. The Transfer Admission Guarantee, which also stands for as TAG, is the only admission guarantee in the UC system. However, only 6 out of 9 campuses participate. UC Berkeley, UCLA, and UC San Diego do not accept tags. HBCU transfer programs also have a guaranteed admission. 37 out of their 101 campuses participate in this guaranteed admission. When minimum requirements are met, you might notice that we didn't include the private universities and out-of-state options here. The reason is because they all have their own admission criteria, so if you are interested in them, please work with your transfer counselors. Students who begin at a California community college in fall 2025 or later and are planning for admission to the university by transfer can fulfill the lower division through and general education requirements by completing out of the by completion of the California General Education Requirement Curriculum, or by fulfilling the specific requirements of the college or school to which the students will apply to. We will be adding this link to the chat so you can learn more about the CalGETC transfer pathways. I know that was a lot, so let's do some scenarios about this next, and let's use the chat to share your answers. Next, please. Okay, so in order to have a successful transfer process, students need to understand how degree completion works. We always encourage students to go to the university catalog of the schools of their interest and familiarize themselves with the requirements. For degree completion, we have split it into 3 major steps or milestones. Step 1, while you are at a community college, you are going to be taking classes to prepare for your major and general education courses. Make sure you are picking classes that are transferable to both UCs and CSUs. If you don't complete an AGETC or CalGETC or an associate degree for transfer, you will have to follow the GE pattern at your school upon transferring. Step 2 is when you've successfully transferred to a 4-year institution. At this stage, you will take upper division courses that will either fall within major preparation or general education. And later on, you will also have to take university or college graduation requirements before you can complete your degree. And step 3 is when you're about to graduate. A little bit before you graduate, you have to submit a graduation application to the registrar's office. At that time, graduation evaluators will process your application by auditing your coursework and requirements. Then they will approve you for graduation. This slide serves as your map to college and degree completion, so we hope that this is useful for you. Next, please. All right, now I'm going to pass it on to Pam to discuss the admissions criteria and go over financial aid information.
Thanks, Amy. All right, so a little disclaimer here is that we are not including private, out-of-state universities or HBCU admission criteria in this presentation because they have very different admission requirements. So if you are interested in any of those campuses, we highly recommend that you check out their website along with the Transfer Center website to see if they do campus visits at your school so you can connect with their representatives. We put CSUs and UCs side by side because there are many similarities in requirements between the two. So as a transfer applicant, figuring out your major at each of the universities you're interested in is the most important first step. Watch out for terminologies like impacted or selective or screening majors or capped majors. For example, for UC Davis, if your major is selective, you have additional course and GPA requirements on top of the minimum admission requirements that you see on the screen. Regardless, if you are applying for UC or CSU, you must have at least 60 transferable semester credits. My tip for you is to take classes that qualify for both systems. To determine transferability, you can use assist.org or go to your course description when you're registering for a class. Next, we're going to look at the overall GPA. For the CSU system, the minimum GPA is a 2.0. The system requires a minimum 2.4 GPA. UC Davis requires a minimum of 2.8 GPA for most majors and a minimum 3.1 GPA for engineering and computer science majors. For the CSU system, admission evaluators will look for the Golden 4 requirement, where you're required to complete oral communication, 2 English courses, and a math. The UC system requires what's called a 7-course pattern. So we require 2 UC English courses, 1 UC Math, as well as 4 courses in at least 2 different subject areas like physical and biological sciences, arts and humanities, and or social behavioral sciences. Again, you can use assist.org to determine UC transferable coursework. One more thing to note is that minimum GPA is not going to get you accepted in most cases. So make sure that you are always pushing for the highest grades possible. There are other opportunities like the dual admissions programs for both systems. Who can participate in the dual admissions program? For freshman applicants are selected for dual admission. So if you receive the invitation, you've been selected for UC dual admission. You need to opt in and create your UC TAP as soon as possible to really get the benefits of dual admission. What are the benefits of participating in the dual admission program? Dual admission is a conditional admission guarantee to a UC campus with a transfer admission guarantee or a TAG program. Participants are offered extra support from UC while they fulfill their transfer requirements. Why does UC have dual admission? UC is fully committed to supporting and expanding access to UC. The dual admission program is designed to help applicants become UC students. And Amy will drop the link in the chat so that you can learn more about dual admission. Okay, so I'm showing you the average cost of attendance for CSU, for UC, for private universities. It really varies by state, so it's kind of hard to put a number on there. And then for the HBCU, it's just an average across various HBCUs. For the UC, it's an estimate for the 2024-2025 academic year. The number that you see on the slide are just tuition and system-wide fees for undergraduate students. As much as you prepare for admissions eligibility, you should also start preparing for how you will finance your education. So here is a quick overview of the attendance across all of the transfer options. Cost of attendance for CSUs is a little over 6,000, and for UCs, it's about 14,500. HBCUs cost around 13,500 on average. Going to college is an investment, but it is worth it. The UC system has generous financial aid programs and predictable tuition costs that help to bring a UC education within reach. Over 70% of our California undergrads get an average of $18,000 in grants and scholarships. That's free money. That's grant aid to help with costs. This includes UC tuition, food and housing, transportation, books, and supplies. Even if you don't qualify for financial aid, or if you don't think you qualify for that, even if you don't qualify for financial aid, UC's tuition stability plan keeps your tuition the same for up to 6 years. This plan applies to both California residents and non-resident students as well. And Iman will drop some helpful references in the chat, some links to UC, CSU, and HBCUs. As you know, due to cost of living and inflation, tuition and fees will also increase. So what is the tuition stability plan and why is it important to know about? The tuition stability plan is a multi-year plan that started in fall 2022 that sets UC tuition for undergraduates at the time of enrollment, with the expectation that those charges remain the same each following year for the duration of their college careers. And this is up to 6 academic years. This plan provides unprecedented predictability for families by helping them manage their educational costs while allowing the university to provide greater financial aid for the majority of UC's lowest income students. It also helps preserve the excellence of its academic and research programs and expand enrollment of California students. A similar plan is the UC Native American Opportunity Plan, which aims to make college more affordable and accessible for California's Native American students. This initial phase of the plan will ensure that in-state system-wide tuition and student services fees are fully covered for California residents who are members of federally recognized Native American, American Indian, and Alaska Native tribes. The plan applies to new and continuing undergraduate, graduate, and professional school students in state-funded degree who don't already qualify for financial aid. And Amy will add the links in the chat for more information about the UC Native American Opportunity Plan and the Tuition Stability Plan. Estimate your aid. So just like how you're planning for admission by completing major preparation and minimum admission requirements to transfer, you should also plan on how you're going to finance your education, right? And that includes estimating the amount of aid that you receive. We recommend that you use the financial aid calculator to estimate that amount for the UCs that you are interested in. All the UC campuses will have a financial aid calculator within their financial aid website. And with that in mind, we can talk about how students can pay for college. And if Iman can put that link in the chat, thank you very much. How will you pay for college? Do you have a plan yet? So here are a few common options that students use. Work and save money, which many students do to cover their living expenses for their first year after transfer. You can also utilize a 529 plan if you have one. 529 plans are when parents save money on the side to be used for college expenses. This is a common practice for families that have a high expected family contribution. I know we have one for my kids. Alternatively, if you are a permanent resident, U.S. citizen, AB 540, and apply for FAFSA or CADA, you may qualify for grants, scholarships, work study, and loans. All right, who can receive financial aid? Essentially, everybody can receive financial aid. California residents, domestic non-California residents, undocumented students, international students. There's always some form of financial aid available. And with the financial aid process, there are two forms that you can, would either fill out the FAFSA or the CADA application. And scholarships, there's numerous scholarships that you can apply for. If you're applying for admission for fall 2025, a section on the UC application is dedicated to scholarships, and there are many, many, many outside scholarships that you can apply for. There is, scholarships, jobs and work study is also available. Campuses will always hire student assistants. Like I mentioned earlier, we have our student outreach ambassadors. We have a team of 20 plus students who work with us in the transfer opportunity program. And there's always loans. So, learn about subsidized loans and unsubsidized loans, try to educate yourself on the difference between those two. There are UC financial aid programs, right? The first one is the Blue and Gold Opportunity Plan, which applies to you if your family's annual income is $80,000 or less. And if you qualify for financial aid, you won't pay any tuition or fees under this program. So those are going to be covered by grants and or scholarships. And then there's the middle class scholarship program that my family was able to receive as well for my two daughters. Provides funding and pays up to 40% of tuition for California resident undergraduate students to help middle class students attend UCs or CSUs. This program covers between 10 to 40% of system-wide tuition and fees for either UC or CSU. Also, the California Dream Loan Program provides eligible undocumented or AB 540 undergraduates with the option to borrow loans to help cover the cost of attending UC. Non-California residents are not eligible for state and university need-based funding, but like I said, there are many scholarships available out there. Here at UC Davis, 53.7% of California undergrads have system-wide tuition and fees covered by gift aid. That means grants and scholarships. And almost 60% of students graduate debt-free, and 71% of students' aid comes in the form of grants and scholarships. So don't let the costs scare you. You should apply, because even if there is an estimator, you will only know how much financial aid will be awarded to you when you apply. And when you get accepted, you'll also receive your financial aid package, and you'll be able to make more informed and smart decisions about where you want to transfer. So in this next section, Eman will show you some resources that are already available to you at your college and virtually. We want to identify these resources and encourage you to utilize them as much as possible. Eman, you're up.
Thank you. So, did you know that higher education institutions are mandated by the state and federal governments to offer services as long as they accept state and federal funding? And as land grant recipients, and because California Community College System is a public system, they offer many support programs and services that you see here on the screen. Some examples include the Disabled Student Services and Program, DSPS, Extended Opportunity Program and Services, EOPS, Foster Youth Success Initiatives, Health and Mental Health Services, Student Financial Assistance Programs, Veteran Services, Math, Engineering, and Science Achievement, or MESA, of course, and many more support programs unique to your community colleges that may fall within major support like TRIO or cultural centers and programs like UMOJA and basic assistance like the writing and the tutoring center as well. Now we would love to know what services you have used at your community college, so you can put it in the chat as well. And if somebody could enter the link in the chat as well. Oh, I see a lot of y'all are part of MESA, EOPS, RISE, California Puente. That's good. Okay, so let's move on. Now, another resource you should take advantage of is Counseling and Transfer Center. The Transfer Center started out as pilot program in 1985. It was initiated to improve transfer success and accessibility to UCs and CSUs and independent colleges statewide. The focus was on historically underrepresented students. At first, these services were only initiated at 23 community college. Fast forward to now, all community colleges in California have a transfer center to assist students with all transfer related questions. The Transfer Center provides a computer lab to assist students during the application cycle. They also host college fairs, tours, and workshops throughout the year. On top of that, the center provides transfer counseling. So we always recommend students to meet with their community college transfer center counselor to establish an educational plan and discuss career options. We also suggest that the students share their education and transfer plans with a top advisor or any university representatives during their first meeting. So if you have already attended any of the transfer center workshops, the information on the presentation should be familiar to you. Next, please. So if you're enrolled at a California community college, you will need to know how to navigate assist.org. It is a great place to find UC and CSU transferable courses. It has articulation agreements and major guides to help you identify what courses to take for transfer. If you are interested in UC campuses, you should create a UC TAP account right now. TAP stands for Transfer Admission Planner. It is a UC online tool that helps transfer students track their progress. It also allows for UC representatives to do a pre-evaluation and give tailored advising. TAP is also the home of transfer admission guarantee. Another resource to note is that you open the TAP website and go to support program section, you can find many transfer preparation programs at each UC campus, like TOP, which is here at UC Davis. Last but not least, your go-to support for all transfer questions is your transfer center. Get to know your counselor and transfer center staff as soon as possible. They can connect you to university representatives and make your transfer process as smooth as possible. Now, TOP is a transfer preparation program that brings UC Davis admission representative to your campus. Each campus has an assigned a top representative. Your top coordinator can help you with academic advising, evaluating your tab, helping with your tag, and answering any questions you might have about UC Davis, providing seminars on academic and career opportunities. We can help you navigate transferring to any four-year institution. Now, not all of the community colleges have top representative, but you can find your advisor by visiting Find My Advisor portal on the UC Davis website. And Amy linked it in the chat as well, so you can always click on that. All right, we're on our last section before we get started with our Kahoot game. Whether if this is your first year community college, your second, your last, we put together a fall 2024 checklist and important dates for you. So if you are in your very first year of community college, here are some checklist items for you. So explore major and career options, meet with your community college counselor to discuss transfer options and course planning. Attend the transfer day fair event at your community college campus. Start researching potential four-year college campuses and majors as well. Participate in virtual and in-person workshops and presentations hosted by community college and the four-year colleges to learn more about the transfer options and other opportunities as well. Create a UC transfer admission planner, TAP, get involved. If you can, join clubs, programs, organizations on campus. Now I'm gonna have Amy read the next checklist for everyone.
All right, so if you are in your starting your second or third year or in the middle of community college, here are some checklist items for you. So the first one is to continue exploring major and career options available at four-year colleges, but start noting down your top campuses. The second one is to continue to meet with your community college counselor to discuss transfer options and schedule courses. And the next one is to attend the transfer day fair event at your community college campus. Also continue to participate in virtual and in-person workshops / presentations hosted by community college and four-year colleges. Also keep your UC tab updated and meet with your four-year college representatives to make sure you're on track with admissions. And lastly, familiarize yourself with campus and major requirements with the help of your community college counselor and four-year college representative. Next, please.
And if this is your last year at your community college and getting ready to apply this fall to transfer for next fall, here are some checklist items for you. Visit four-year college campuses virtually or in person if you're able to. Meet with your four-year college representatives to make sure you're still on track to apply. Check in with your community college counselor to make sure you complete any requirements needed for community college goals, such as completing your associate's degree, IGETC, all those different things. Attend the transfer day fair event at your community college campus. Many of them have already happened. But there's a lot more community colleges that have transfer days coming up. Participate in virtual and online UC application and PIQ workshops and labs. Submit your UC tag application this month, if applicable. And submit your regular UC application by the application deadline which we will share with you in the timeline in just a little bit. Amy, back to you.
All right, so we will be moving on to navigating a college fair. So it is transfer day fair season. Some fairs already happened, like Pam mentioned, but many are still coming up and they are in person at your community college. Check with your transfer center to find out when your transfer day is at your school. And here are some tips to navigate your transfer day college fair. So the first one is to plan out the colleges that you would like to meet and make a small list of questions you would like to ask. For example, majors, programs, and how campus life is. Also, take your time to explore and hear from as many colleges as you can. Check out a campus you haven't heard of before, and gather college brochure and contact information for follow-up after the event. Next, please.
Okay. If you're looking to apply to transfer to AUC for fall 2025, here are some important dates during the admission process. If you are not applying for fall 2025, you can keep these dates in mind. However, stay posted of your own academic year dates and deadlines as well. The UC application is already open. It opened August 1st. Later on October 1st, the filing period for application opened. Most UCs only offer fall admission cycle. So moving on, tag application is now open as well. September 30th is the deadline for tag application. Some UC campuses will review tag and send out notifications by November. UC Davis is one of them. This year, the UC application deadline is on December 2. A few months later, UC campus have the transfer admissions update. It's called TAU. And that's due usually at the end of January. At the time, you should also create a My Admissions portal at each of the campus you have applied to. FAFSA or California Dream Act application opens in October and is usually due on March 2nd. Please don't wait until the last day to submit your application for financial aid. It is not worth the stress. Between March and April, UC campuses will release their decisions for admissions. Lastly, June 1st is the deadline for submitting the statement of intent to register, which is also known as SIR. You will be expected to log into your student portal to accept or decline your admission offer.
So while you're considering UC Davis, you might want to learn more about our campus, visit our campus. We hope that you'll stay in touch with TOP throughout this fall semester, throughout the academic year. Please follow UC Davis undergraduate admissions and UC Davis Top on Instagram. We also have TikTok, and on your social media platform of choice, you'll get an inside look at student life, get reminders about deadlines, and a lot more. And if you want to hear directly from some of our students, visit the UC Davis Top YouTube page to see videos of our students made by our students, by our amazing SOAs. Again, the recording will be posted on our YouTube channel in a few days. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and best wishes to a successful 2024 to 2025 academic year.